In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the rear lower control arm on your Kia Optima. Located behind the rear wheels, let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, go ahead and remove the lug nuts. Remove the tire. Moving on to the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and remove the link from this side. Using an 18mm wrench on the inside of the link, we're going to go ahead and put it in. And that's just going to keep it from turning when we remove the nut. Using an 18mm socket, go ahead and remove this nut. Take it out. Using an 18mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and loosen this one up. Now that it's loose, we should be able to move the link out of the sway bar. Just like that. Just keep in mind, if you're doing a lower control arm, especially on this vehicle, there is gonna be a spring that you have to decompress in order to remove the bolts. In this case, I'm gonna be using a screw jack to put some pressure on the suspension so we can remove the bolts. Now that we have a screw jack putting some pressure onto the control arm, we're gonna go ahead and remove this bolt. It's gonna have a 19mm nut on one side, and the bolt is a 19mm size. Using a 19mm wrench, go ahead and hold the nut. And on the other side, using a 19mm socket, remove the bolt. Now go ahead and remove the bolt. On this side, it's gonna have a washer, so just keep that in mind. Now that we have the bolt out, we should be able to lower the screw jack to free our spring. Just go very careful. Make sure there's no tension. You should be able to move the spring. Go ahead and lower the arm. And we can move the screw jack out of the way. Now that there's no tension on the spring, you should be able to grab the lower control arm and take the spring out. Just like that. Now we can go ahead and take this bolt out. We're gonna start by loosening this nut. Using a 21mm socket, go ahead and remove the nut. Take the nut out. And make sure you take these washers out too. If you have issues taking this one out, go ahead and use a flathead screwdriver just to pop it off. Now we can go ahead and remove the bolt. And now that we have that nut out of the way, go ahead and grab onto the bolt and pull it out. And here we have the new control arm. This one comes with a new sway bar link. We're just gonna be loosening it in a minute so we can hook it up to the sway bar. Go ahead and feed it through the same way the old one came out. Line it up with the hole. And in our case, we're gonna be switching out the bolt because ours have messed up threads. Go ahead and slide it in. And here we have the alignment washer that goes on this side. You wanna pay attention to the notch, line it up with the bolt, and slide it in. In our case, this nut acts as a locking lug nut. If you're reusing the bolt, you will have a washer that goes right between this and the nut. Go ahead and start the nut. And now we're just gonna tighten it by hand. Do not tighten all the way yet. On this side, we're gonna be holding the bolt head with a 22mm wrench. And on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the nut. Not all the way, we just wanna get it snug. You want to make sure you're still able to move this arm up and down. Next up, we're going to be installing the spring onto the control arm. One thing to keep in mind, you're going to see the bottom bushing is going to have a notch. If you look at the bottom of the spring, we're going to be lining up the end of the spring with that notch. Also, just remember, the side with the boot goes on top. So it's going to look something like this. So now we're going to go ahead and feed it through, and then we're going to use the jack to give us, and then we're going to use the jack to push everything in and in position. So go ahead and feed it through, line everything up. Grab the jack and start applying some pressure. Be very careful when you do this. Make sure that you wear your safety glasses when you do this. Now that we have it in place, I'm going to go ahead and apply more pressure to line up this hole with the knuckle. Paying attention to the top, make sure that you are lined up. Same with the bottom. Once the arm starts touching the knuckle, you want to go ahead and start moving it as you go up. If you have issues with the bottom bushing lining up with the holes, you can use a small flathead screwdriver and you can wiggle it side to side as you go up. And this is going to help lining up with the holes. Now we can go ahead and install our bolt. Using the flathead screwdriver on one side, you can push the bushing down and feed the bolt through. Just like that. Go ahead and push it all the way. Don't forget to install the washer. And I'll start the knot. We're gonna go ahead and get that snugged. Now we're gonna go ahead and get it snug. Do not tie it all the way yet. Now we can go ahead and take our screw jack off. Move it away from the vehicle. Next up, we're gonna be installing the link to the sway bar. Go ahead and remove the nut that comes pre-installed on it. And now we're gonna be loosening this one up so we can line it up with the hole. Using an 18mm socket, go ahead and get it loose. Line it up with the hole. Line it up with the hole and push it in. Reinstall the nut. And now we can go ahead and get everything snugged up. If you have issues with these ball joints spinning, you can go ahead and use a 17mm wrench. You're gonna find on the other side of the nut, there's gonna be a notch. Go ahead and put the wrench on it, and now you can go ahead and tighten it. Now we can go ahead and torque down the link to 87 foot-pounds. We're gonna start with the bottom nut. And now we're gonna do the top. And now we're ready to torque down this bolt. Before we do that, we need to apply some pressure. In this case, I'm gonna be using a screw jack, and this is gonna imitate the vehicle being on the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. This is to avoid causing any stress on the bushings. So I'll go ahead and apply some pressure. Like I said, this is just to imitate the vehicle being on the ground. Next up, we're gonna torque down this bolt. to 115 foot-pounds. On one side, you're gonna hold the knot, and we can go ahead and torque the bolt down. With the screw jack in place, we're gonna go ahead and torque down this one. Remember, this one is your adjustment bolt. So for that, we're just gonna put it kind of in between, and the vehicle will need to be brought to a alignment shop. So if you look over, see how when I move this, the arm moves around. What we're gonna do for this case, just to get to the alignment shop, we're gonna be centering it. And on the other side, we're just gonna get it snugged. And now we're gonna be torquing that knot to 87 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead and remove the screw jack. Now you can go ahead and reinstall the wheel, take the vehicle for a short drive, and bring it to an alignment shop. Install the tire, and start the lug nuts by hand. Now we can get them snug. With the vehicle on the ground, go ahead and torque it to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.